Hey guys, Accountability Angel here, and we have a few questions and statements for LaSalle County State's Attorney Todd Martin right now. So excuse the lighting, I didn't feel like dealing with it all. But so my first question is, what reasonable articulable suspicion did anybody have to boldly just lock the door on us and close it and just go away within the door closed 15 seconds into my video? And so I'd like to know when they were able to determine anything in those seconds, because the only words I was able to utter out before he closed the door was, "Sir, I have a complaint to turn in." And this person was unidentified, refused to identify as a peace officer. I now know his name is Court Officer Lou Riva. It's Louriva. And what probable cause did they have by the end of it to arrest us for a crime when they had no reason to just force us to stand out there force me to stand out there for over 10 minutes trying to turn in a complaint, and they lied on the affidavit. They failed to omit there's 10 minutes where there was 20 times where I requested that I wanted to turn in my complaint and all that before they put me in cuffs. And they failed to let the judge know of even one of those times to begin with. We also have, for those of you who know, because this is new information, but on March 2nd, when they're claiming that I battered that other officer when he put his whole body on me, actually, and I turned him in, while we were waiting for the copies of the complaint and the FOIAs, which they took over an hour, almost 2 hours to do, to give us copies. All right. And while we're waiting, you can hear some employees of the LaSalle County Sheriff's Office saying some pretty messed up things. And they're also wondering why we're still there and why nobody's arrested us and whatever, because we did nothing wrong to be arrested for. But I believe this person was Wendy. If you guys recall her that was stating it, I can't prove that. We'll find out later. It just sounded like her. But here's what she had to say. All right. There's got to be some rule. I mean, she's literally harassing us, right? As we're just waiting for our papers to get done. And she says, because if I turn around, I can't control it. I really want to slit her throat. Right? And that's not the only time she says it. All right. And then we got, hold on. I suck at this. All right. It says, I don't even care if she crashes. I'm not sending help for her. This is at the sheriff's office, guys. The ones that are supposed to send the help. No matter what, period. Hang on. I hear a child. 1 second. All right. Anywho, sorry guys, my kids are still up. I'm trying to get this done before tomorrow. And that brings me to my next point. It says, go home and take care of your kid, you fucking white trash bitch. And then she says, why don't they fucking arrest her? And then we have more. And these are only the ones I could hear. There's a lot that I couldn't even make out because the sound issues, which is even more frightening. And they say that should be a charge right there for knocking on the door when you're wondering where the copy is. They must have freaking had to go buy a new copy machine. Says, again, I just want to slit her throat. That one she said pretty low, but she said it and we heard it. And they say there's got to be a law against this. Their biggest thing was just trying to figure out a way to arrest me. And 6 days later, they found a way to falsely arrest me. Isn't that weird? And this one, this big long one, right? Says, I'm over this shit. She's a shitbag. I guarantee you she's on some type of state aid and she ain't turning that in. Maybe someone should report her. And then there's a pause. Yeah, take care of your fucking kid. This is while I'm turning in a complaint at the LaSalle County Sheriff's Office in Ottawa, Illinois. Their number is 815-433-2161. Todd Martin, we have more questions for you, though. I'm just curious as to how you can even try to pursue anything when there's blatant First, Fourth, Sixth, Ninth, 14th Amendment violations. They discriminated against me based on my sex and being a white female. It's pretty evident when I was called what was it? A fucking white trash bitch, I believe is her exact words. Your guys' own video, the video that I'm speaking of, and I have the exact times from, was the video provided by LaSalle County Sheriff's Office when they had that crotch cam that me and my brother discovered when we were there. They hid it, and somehow it's now backfired on them. Also, I'm curious, I did have a body cam on me. The light was not flashing. You know why it wasn't flashing? Because the body cam had powered off. I had accidentally done it long before Jim ever came up or any of that. So I'm unsure where your PC to even believe that my body cam had any information on it came from, because it was off. And you guys probably have seen that by now. Todd Martin, right? Templeton, right? So how did you guys come up with that? Anybody that has an electronic on them can have it seized at any point in time just because you guys want to, whether it's on or not, whether it can be recording or not. Really weird. All right. Your officer's statements did not line up. A few things did go along with each other that were like not really disputed facts, but Sergeant Majerus lied, and I wish I had it sitting here with me. I should have grabbed it. I meant to. Sergeant Majerus claims in his official report that when he came up, he ordered Donna, Reva, and Jim to arrest me. Or whatever, right? That's not what happened. This man came up from behind when I had my notebook that had my complaint in one hand, and then I had my cell phone on the tripod in the other hand recording, right? And in the moment, I turned to my camera, I was talking to my camera, I was talking to, you guys. I said, look, I'm trying to turn in this complaint. And then right then, he snatches me from behind, then tells me I'm under arrest like a second later. But Majerus is the one that snatched me from behind. He didn't order anybody to arrest me. He did it himself. And then he's the one you can hear saying, well, I'm Sergeant Majerus, but I'm not the one arresting you or charging you. So, I don't know. It's just weird. Also, their so-called independent witness that works there as some sort of attorney. In her description, trying to describe me and my brother, she couldn't give a description at all of my brother, although she claimed she saw him talking and all this. She also claimed that she saw him go back to his car and then come up to the confrontation where me and Jim were with Reva, which isn't true. Jacob never went to his car. He came right over and tried to walk back in. So, but she also, I had a pretty distinct color shirt on. It was orange. And she said I was wearing either purple or, I think she said maroon or something. So, nowhere close to it. So, I'm not sure. She tried. She said if anybody was pushing somebody, it appeared it could have been me. It's like, girl, you don't even know what the fuck I was wearing. How'd you see me push anything? You didn't know what my brother was wearing. He thought he went back to his car when he didn't. The guy that was behind me, his statement seemed pretty true, factual. The other lady, she probably meant to tell the truth, I believe. So yeah, the 2 threats made against my life, those also definitely don't help your case. Templeton, Martin. And if you guys listen, you guys can boldly hear that they are trying to come up with the ideas to arrest me. Deputy Randovich, I believe his name is. He must have been one of them that was there that day. His statement was that when he was like coming up through the lobby after getting the call to come there, that he witnessed me in the vestibule with the deputies, fighting or pushing or whatever. When I never went inside. I never made it inside. I was like a couple feet away the whole time. I didn't move far from my original position anyway, like an inch or two, as I'm like talking. But yeah, I don't know. They have multiple federal crimes they're violating. I mean, multiple state crimes. I mean, they've interfered with the complaint process. They've messed around with the FOIAs, messed around. Ignore all my sparkles. I'm also going to have them all over me at court because of these. I actually these beautiful posters I have. See the glitter? I got those for a penny because I'm a couponer, guys. So I penny shop as well for you know, since the LaSalle County Sheriff's Office thinks I'm a big piece of shit. Are you kidding me? You know how many penny items I donate to people that are way cooler than that? But look at all this. I hate that. It's like, oh, I'm some white female that's not with, you know, my kid's dad, supposedly, or whatever they're thinking. And so I'm just some scumbag that has nothing going for him and all this. Like, what? And why that's another thing. Jim and I forget who else, one of the other deputies, I'll have to reread it, lied though, stating that Jim came up when I was outside with that guy, with the you know, male citizen. He said that he came up, opened the door, and asked the guy what he was there for, and the guy said that he was there for like a crash report, I believe it was, right? When all Jim said was, when he opened the door, and there's video evidence of this, I can't lie about it, he said, "Do you need to come in, sir?" You know, and the guy was behind me. And, you know, right about then, I'm like, "Excuse me," you know, trying to get through. And then he says, "Come on in." So, you know what I do? I come on in. I'm trying to. They straight up lied, claiming that once those other deputies got there, that I was shoving on Jim and all. Like, you guys are complete pieces of garbage. And then for your little woman that works there to talk about me as a mother, yet try to do these things that would interfere with my life, my kid's life, all this. Do you guys wonder why I haven't been in any sort of trouble since I was like, what, 17, 18? I was a little peanut in high school. Are you kidding me? And now I'm beating on cops. Now I'm barging my way in. No, why has it not been said, Todd Martin and Sheriff Templeton, why is it not well known amongst the newspaper, amongst the judge, amongst you guys, amongst everybody, that I've been there trying to turn in a complaint? And I was there for 10 minutes. You guys refused to answer the button when I pressed it, the after hours button. You guys refused to give me any services. I asked 20 freaking times directly to them, 20. And then they say, "Oh, she was acting crazy, beating on the door." Like, yeah, motherfucker, I got to knock on that door if you're not ever going to take my complaint. I drove 20 freaking miles to get there. But you know what? They didn't want to take that complaint, and they ended up not taking it even after they took possession of it. And they also have no words for what happened to my pen that you can hear me screaming that they broke, because they did in the video. So this is absolutely ridiculous if a judge doesn't see right through this. And I mean, my judge I have tomorrow is the same judge that signed off on that search warrant. And I don't know him personally, but I would assume that he's not going to be very happy when he finds out that they failed to omit, you know, very, very important information as to why I was there. And they even claimed that, oh, there was a man with official business out there trying to get in. Oh, you knew he had official business when you didn't speak to him at all? Oh, really? Really? How did you know that? And I was there on official business. The only difference is I had a camera in my hand. And I also never stepped foot in that sheriff's department to begin with. Even if they were able to tell me not to, and they can't, because you know what? They should have had this order. They now have a judge's order signed March 11th. Our kidnapping was March 8th. But as you guys can hear from this freaking crazy-ass woman, who I believe is Wendy, she's definitely an employee there, that's messed up. That person should absolutely not be working with the public. Absolutely not. And anybody that sat there and listened and giggled and didn't do anything about it is just as freaking wrong, and they should also be fired. All right, so Todd Martin, Tom Templeton, I will see you guys in court. Well, I won't see you, Tom, but you're going down. Bye.